welcome to the Biscuits and Blurays podcast, where we watch Blu-rays and the biscuit is hitting a 12% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, it's that high?
It's... I'm your host, James. Hello, other host, Jade.
Hello.
Hello.
It's nice seeing you.
It's been a while. Are you well?
Could say so.
Yeah, okay, good.
Well, I'm not. I'm sick all the time because of you.
Okay, so quick personal note for this episode. We are expecting, aren't we?
Yay!
Yeah, we're having a baby.
Baby biscuits.
Little baby biscuit. And today was the day that we just posted it on social media and stuff. People know we're getting loads of messages of love and support and stuff. It's really nice.
Yeah, I love feeling the love.
How are we celebrating though?
By you turning to me and going, babe, let's watch the Emoji Movie.
That's not exactly what happened. Okay, so
It is. It's exactly how it happened.
when we said we were going to do season 5, you were like, okay, what films are like really bad? This is you, by the way.
Doesn't sound like me.
That's exactly what happened. And you said, what film's really bad that we can do? And I said, the Emoji Movie. And you went, yeah, okay. And then you forgot about it for maybe 2.5 months. And
I choose to still forget about it.
And then the day arrived where we had to watch the Emoji Movie.
We didn't have to, though, James. You could have picked something else from the lineup, but you had to pick this absolute bag of shit. After I had to watch Spice World last week.
We almost opened with this for this season. So, yeah, so it could have been worse.
They were both bad films.
What, Spice World?
Yeah.
What was worse, Spice World or this? Okay.
This was always going to be worse by just one person being in it, which we'll get to.
We'll get to the cast, because... Well, I don't think you were vibing with this as soon as I pressed play.
No, not really. It shouldn't exist.
No. We didn't buy this either. This is on streaming. The general consensus is that this is a bad movie. Mm-hmm. But do you think it's bad enough that people would go, yeah, I can get some entertainment out of how bad it is? Or do you think it's just bad?
It's not even entertaining. You know when you hear about that really crap Titanic movie that they did that was straight to video? The one that's kind of been like done by a nostalgia critic and everything like that? That's a film that's supposed to be so bad.
Yeah.
You can find some joy in it because you've got a rapping dog that comes in out of nowhere.
Sure.
This hasn't got any of that. This has got James Corden as a hand.
Okay. Yeah, it does.
And it just gave me the ick all the way through it.
I went to see this at the cinema.
Why?
This was at the point where I could get free cinema tickets, a la working there. So, right? So, and I just wanted to see what all the fuss was about, because people were kicking off.
Was it busy? Were people going to see this movie?
I remember this vividly. There was maybe one other family in there, and the family was bored.
Well, what about, like, you obviously working it? Were families actively coming to watch this movie or not?
Yeah, but not anything compared to what they would do for, like, a Disney movie or something.
Yeah.
Or, like, a Beauty and the Beast or, like, Lion King. This just sort of existed. Those who saw it kept the kids busy for an hour and a half, and that's about it. I
don't know who it's for, because I feel like it'd go over the head of really young children, and they'd get bored.
Yeah.
And it's too stupid and baby-like for for teens.
Okay.
Or older kids. I don't know. I don't see its audience.
So if it's not for kids and it's not for teens, then it's for us, the millennials. Right?
This film was not for me.
Okay, how so?
You cast James Corden in it.
Do you want to talk about the cast list just real quick?
Yes, please.
Okay. Got TJ Miller, Deadpool's own. Mm-hmm. So he's appeared on the podcast before. Anna Faris. Well,
I love her, but she shouldn't be here.
Okay. Maya Rudolph is in this.
Again, she shouldn't really be here, but she's also been in some crap.
Jennifer Coolidge.
She'll do anything, won't she, for a fiver? I love her, though. She's a queen.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
What the fuck? How much was he paid to do this?
I dread to think. Honestly, I think he must have needed an extension on his patio.
Or somebody...
Because why would you do it? Why would you?
He owed a debt to the devil.
He did.
He had a blood debt to settle.
He's like, I'm Patrick Stewart. I'm going to be poop. That's not a good Patrick Stewart. You get the gist.
I think he must have said like maybe 2 or 3 things, and that was it. That's about as far as it went.
And most of those were puns.
Yeah.
Not too soft, I hope. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I dread to think how much he was paid to maybe do 10 minutes of work.
Christina Aguilera is in this. Sofia Vergara. Sean Hayes. Vibe. Anyone else we know? No one good. Do you feel like that is the top actors they could have got for this?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Because who else in their right mind is going to do this?
Your mum. No.
Oh, funnily enough, she's on the cast list.
She's on the shoe. She is. Hello, Sharon. So this is a Sony animation, and they're not quite up there with your DreamWorks and your Pixars and whatnot, and your Disneys and stuff.
Yeah.
However, they have made bangers.
Like what?
Well, the 2 Spider-Man animated cartoons.
Okay.
So into and Across the Spider-Verse. So they've won Oscars. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Mitchell's versus the Machines. Pirates in an Adventure with Scientists. They were big.
Oh, yeah.
They've got a hand in that one. The Hotel Transylvania movies. They're also. Kind of with a chance of meatballs.
Oh, you're in that.
I am in that. So there's talent there.
Yeah.
But I don't see how any of that became this.
Yeah, I think they tried to jump on a craze at the time, which was the emojis. You used to go to Skegness or a little seaside town and all those really kind of cheap shops. You always used to see emoji pillows and stuff like that. It all just felt like tat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of how this feels. Mm-hmm. There's a cheapness to it. And I think it's also because the songs it uses and the kind of the memes it has in it, I don't know, the expressions the characters have, it's all very, very dated.
But when was that? When would that have been? Early 2000s? Late 2000s?
No, 2010s, isn't it?
But this came out in 2017.
It's dated. Or it's that's the problem whenever you try and make like a pop culture movie like this.
Okay. This is a good bit of trivia. On the day Queen Elizabeth II, her funeral was happening, Channel 5 aired this movie instead of live funeral footage.
Oh. A choice was made that day, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Every now and then there'll be a film that rips off other films. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
It's not unknown. In fact, we had like Armageddon, Deep Impact.
Yeah, it's also, I don't think it's particularly unusual for animated movies to parody or to do certain scenes based on popular movies.
Okay.
Because again, people are coming to watch this as families. You've got to keep the parents entertained as well as the kids. So like, for example, Shrek.
Yeah.
How many jokes did that have in that were for adults, or some of the scenes that will play out, like where they took the piss out of the Matrix and stuff like that?
The majority of them, I'd say.
Yeah, so it's not unusual them doing that. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like they plagiarised so much of the story and the imagery from other movies.
Yeah. So what would those movies be, though?
Wreck-It Ralph.
Okay.
I saw so much Wreck-It Ralph 1 and 2 in this.
Yeah, mostly 2 as well.
Yeah, what did you see in this?
Oh, it's Inside Out. Mm-hmm. What if emojis had emotion?
And they lived not in you, but in your phone.
In your phone, and you're feeling. You can only. This is going to age me rapidly, but all the way through this, there's this kid called
Alex,
and he fancies this girl called Addie, right? And this is the crux of the movie. This is what's going on in the outside world.
And he just doesn't know how to express his feelings for us. So he wants to do it with an emoji.
Right, okay. That is the single saddest thing I took out of this, is that this kid can't express how he feels about someone. This is really serious stuff. Like, life's too short to not tell someone how you feel. I genuinely believe that.
Yeah, but will a teenager think that, though?
But a teenager wouldn't go, oh, I'm just going to send you a thumbs up or something. Do you know what I mean?
But I don't know, I think they would, though. That's the thing.
But it feels like this was written by people who don't know how teenagers behave.
Yeah, I don't know how a teenager works.
Yeah, teenagers, they send their emojis and stuff instead of talking. No, they don't.
They don't do it instead of talking. They litter their text messages with this shit.
Yeah.
It's to express themselves, but it's not pure. They don't just text in emojis. Not purely like that.
An emoji, the writers of this movie think an emoji is taking place of complete sentences.
Yeah, like hieroglyphics, basically.
It's funny you should say that, because the film says, what were hieroglyphics? Were they the first emojis? Spoiler alert, no, they weren't. They fucking weren't at all.
Because they weren't used to express themselves. They were letters.
Yes.
Or words.
That is the stupidest. The stupidest thing in this film is that they think emojis are as good, if not better, than hieroglyphics. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I just thought it was so like, oh, why can't they talk? But the main kid has, at one point in the film, has written an email to his crush and said, what was the sentence?
You fill me with ecstasy or something weird like that.
Fill me with divine ecstasy or something.
I don't know any teenager that would use a sentence like that.
Yeah.
To describe someone that they fancy.
So instead of saying that, which is creepy in itself, but it's quite poetic.
I wouldn't describe you like that. Sorry.
Thank you, sweetie.
It's such an odd thing to say, isn't it? You fill me with ecstasy. What?
You fill up my senses. Like a...
I'm in a forest.
That's a copyright claim. Okay, before we talk about the film, do you want to talk about what is everyone's deal with James Corden?
I just think he's a knob.
We are British. We live in the UK. James Corden became the host of a late-night talk show in America. Mm-hmm. And America's lapped that shit up. He's quite good at it, to be fair.
It's just so false.
And it is.
Because I think as well, wasn't he outed for being a dickhead to like retail staff and staff in restaurants?
And waiting staff and stuff like this.
And he's supposed to be a knob behind the scenes.
And that's...
I mean, obviously, some of this is probably speculation, but I think there is some proof as well of him acting out like that, and he got cancelled. A
little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But anytime there's a news story where James Corden says, I'm just going to come back to the UK...
Everyone's like, no!
Yeah, keep him stateside. However...
There was a time, though, wasn't there, where he was everywhere.
He still is.
He was in every fucking musical film, but he's played the same character in everything. He just got no range whatsoever.
What is it about James Corden that people go, yeah, let's cast him?
I think it's purely because people love Gavin and Stacey.
Okay. Gavin and Stacey is a TV show in the UK.
Mm-hmm. But I think it's quite popular in other places as well.
But he didn't do all of that himself.
No, but I think he's probably quite likeable from what I've seen people people put about him online and stuff like that.
Okay. Anytime he comes back for Gavin and Stacey, people are like, we love James Corden. But anything else outside of Gavin and Stacey, bad times.
It's just cringe. He's literally the epitome of a cringe emoji.
The fact that he's been in every musical as well. I mean, not so much nowadays. He's toned it down a little bit.
Yeah.
But what was it? Into the Woods started it and stuff like that.
Oh, it wasn't he in Prom?
Prom, that's right. Yeah.
Cats.
This shit. Like, stop picking these and stop picking him.
Again, it wouldn't be so bad if he could do a different performance, but he plays the same overactive, hyper, irritating character in everything.
Yeah. Does it work in this?
No.
Okay.
It's so cringe. It reminds me, he's trying to be almost a bit like Donkey in Shrek, and it's just, none of his jokes land.
But Donkey's different, however, because
it's good.
It's good. Well, yeah, it's written well, it's performed better. However, Donkey, to his core, is not a selfish person. Mm-hmm. He wants to spend time with Shrek. That's his aim, really.
He wants friendship, yeah.
He wants friendship with Shrek, and he'll put that before anything. Here, he plays a hand emoji, which is an odd sentence, and then called high five, right?
Yeah.
But all the way through the film, high five is only thinking about himself.
Yeah.
He's like,
and being popular.
That's not a good character trait.
No, and he's the problematic character as well in this, in that he's always causing the trouble. Mm-hmm. It'd have been a smoother ride to the end if he wasn't there. But then you don't have much of a movie, I guess, so that's why he's there. But he's annoying. He doesn't add anything to it. He's irritating.
Yeah.
Kids won't laugh.
Now, do you think kids would laugh at any of this?
I laughed at one bit.
You laughed at one bit, and that's a sad thing that happened here.
I just wasn't expecting it, and I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
Okay. Last week on the episode of the podcast, I think it was Spice World, right? I said I've got a hot take about this film. Mm-hmm. But now I've watched it, and I think I've changed my mind. I used to think, because I've seen it, I went to the cinema to see it, I thought it wasn't as bad as I thought it could have been.
Is it as bad as you remember?
It's somehow worse than I remember. Because at the time I was like, well, yeah, it's the worst film of the year, sure, but it's not the worst film I've seen.
No, I suppose so this time, you're not sat in a cinema where that's all your focus is on the screen. Mm-hmm. This time, because you can focus on other things, like me and you have been doing our own thing and stuff like while we were watching it, everything else was so much more interesting. And
even though I got some enjoyment out of turning to you every 5 minutes and just seeing you in a constant state of frown, that's how I can describe your expression watching this. At one point in this, our dog started licking the dining room table chair, and I was watching that.
And I thought, what the fuck are you doing, mate? I thought, but that was more interesting than what I was seeing on screen. And I thought, that shouldn't be a thing.
And
why was he even doing that? I don't even know. But I'm more interested in that.
It's got to the point where we watch films on the TV downstairs, and the dog gets semi-invested in what we're watching.
Yeah.
This didn't hold his attention at all.
No, we should judge things on what Buddy thinks, really.
Yeah, and essentially, this isn't topical to the podcast, but that dog is thick as pig shit.
Absolutely.
so like, the fuck? Anyway, what's the plot of the movie?
Emojis live in Alex's phone. You've got the meh emoji that doesn't want to be a meh emoji because he's got all these feelings. He can actually do all these different faces because if you live in an emoji tropolis or wherever the fuck they live,
Textopolis, thank you very much.
Whatever the fuck he lives, you've got to just be that one emoji, and that is all you are. Mm-hmm. Your personality is one note, boring, but he's different.
Why is he different? Because he can do more.
Exactly.
Okay.
He gets to be a part of the keyboard. I don't know how that happened, but he did. Alex goes to pick him. He freaks out, pulls a stupid face. Alex thinks that his phone's broken.
Yeah.
If that had happened to me, I would have thought that my finger would have just slipped and I'd have pressed something fucking different.
Okay.
It wouldn't have been that deep.
No, absolutely. But what does Alex do?
He's like, oh, my phone's not working. Oh, I'm going to go book in a tech appointment.
Yeah, and erase the phone.
Oh, yeah, because what would you do, James, honestly? If your phone was glitching or an app was running slowly, what would you do?
I'll turn it off and on again.
Bingo.
Yeah.
That is what most people would do. Also, can't you reset it to factory settings as well at home?
You don't have to go to a tech support. This is the thing. The problem I have with this now, watching this, is that I work in an environment around mobile phones.
Yeah.
So I know for a fact that if someone came up to me saying, this phone isn't working properly, and I said, what was the problem? What can I help you with? And they said, that emoji is different to the one I wanted to send, I'd laugh him out of the building.
Yeah.
So it's like, get on your way, sir.
It'd be like, have you got a virus? Do you need to just get some antivirus to get it off? Have you been watching porn, sir?
Have you turned it off and on again, sir?
Yeah, it's the simple shit. But no, Alex decides to book a tech appointment that will probably cost him money to go and get his phone erased.
No, it doesn't cost him any money because because he goes to the thing. This is the very end of the film, by the way. We're skitting through this one.
Not really, because this takes place in like a 24-hour period.
Yeah. How long does it take you to press an emoji? Grab your phone now.
The phone is in my hand.
Okay, phone is in your hand. And what you can't see here is Jade is holding her phone. Okay, type a message out to me. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then put an emoji. How long has it took you to press that emoji?
All of like 2 seconds.
But there it is. That's what you've sent.
I'm unsure how. Because they have top emojis in this, don't they? That are in like the top club.
They do have favourites, yeah.
Garlic emojis in my top for some reason,
Oh.
and I don't know why. Because I don't remember when I last used that. But do you know what I mean? It's not that deep. If that's there just because it's been playing within my phone because it's alive, I wouldn't know, nor would I care.
But the film implies that the phone knows what Alex is going to press, and he's like, "Oh, get ready!" And then it presses it, and it sort of scans it really slowly. By the way,
yeah.
And the emoji happens, and then that emoji sends. That's not how phones work.
No.
You've pressed the touchscreen, you pressed the button, and it's there.
Immediately. It's ready.
Yeah. No, it's dilly-dallying about.
But not in this world, James, because you wouldn't think about what emoji to use. The phone just knows.
The phone does know. I would imagine
it's so stupid. Doesn't make any sense.
I have a problem with most product placement in movies anyway. Mm-hmm. But I don't like it when they try and jam it down my throat.
Yeah.
Sony has done this before. Mm-hmm. Sony did it in Hotel Transylvania. Sony! They did it in Hotel Transylvania 2, where living legend Mel Brooks had to deliver a line similar to this. Oh, I'm so glad I've got my Sony Ericsson or something. And I just thought, what the fuck are you doing?
Mate.
You've made Mel Brooks say, oh, thank God I've got my Sony Ericsson.
That man's a legend. You could have him saying anything.
Yeah, literally any other line. But you've pushed it down, you've jammed it down my throat.
Yeah, and as soon as you do that, you are out of my life, sir.
This film is how old? it's 8 years old.
It's only 8 years old?
Yeah, 2017.
Oh, God, I thought this was older.
No, 2017.
Oh no, I thought this came out in like 2013.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was so much older.
Why would you say that, though?
Because it's just so dated. And it's boring.
There are moments where the meh emoji is on the run and going through the apps because the smiler, who is the first emoji...
That is the antagonist in the story. You've got this smile emoji that seems to be the mayor of Textown or wherever the fuck it is that he lives. And he decides because mayor's not quite a mayor emoji, he's got to be deleted.
Yeah, he's a malfunction.
So they chase him basically through all these different apps that exists on this phone.
Yeah.
To try and find him to delete him.
What sort of apps would it go through?
It went through shit like Candy Crush.
Okay. The Candy Crush segment takes forever to get going because the film explains how to play Candy Crush.
Because
literally
everybody knows how to play Candy Crush.
Everyone and their mums knows how to play Candy Crush. Does your mum have Candy Crush on her phone?
Of course she does.
Right, exactly. You don't have to explain Candy Crush to anyone.
Toddlers can play Candy Crush.
Yeah. Pigs can play Candy Crush.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the film doing? Explaining the Candy Crush rules for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, we get that. We get Spotify, which doesn't look anything like Spotify.
Uh-huh.
It might have done at the time again. It could be a dated thing. Just Dance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember Just Dance being an emoji on your phone, but it may be.
It may be an app on the phone.
Oh, that you use with your thumbs, yeah.
But Just Dance is a dancing thing.
A dancing thingy?
It's a dancing
One
thing.
of them?
Yeah, like a dancing simulator thing that you sort of do with your games console. It's not an app on your phone.
Yeah, so I was quite surprised by that. Unless, again, it's one that...
Oh, it is.
That you can do, like, that you can tap, a bit like...
No, it is. It's fresh content every month. We're not sponsored.
Oh, my. Clearly, I've got a problem.
Unleash your inner dancer. Jesus Christ.
My. Doing that with your hand.
Yeah, but it's okay. You don't have to dance because the emojis, when they are dancing in Just Dance, are doing moves that the girl is not doing. I thought the point of Just Dance is you copy what you see on the screen.
Yeah, and when she said it's 3 strikes and you're out, there was loads of mistakes happening. There was all sorts of weird shit going on. But oh my god, they still got through. It was so stupid.
The high point in this is when High Five, played by James Corden, goes, "Oh, I've got moves like Michael Jackson."
But just his glove.
Yeah, or just his glove. And I think both me and you just sort of went, ugh.
Brother, ugh.
Yeah, exactly. When they go to the YouTube app, there is all these videos on YouTube that you see them.
They're like vines of yesteryear, aren't they?
They're viral hits from the old days, right? Pen, pineapple, apple pen. Personal highlight of mine. But that ages this drastically, right?
Massively, yeah.
When did that come out?
I don't remember, but obviously now when you think of like the rise of TikTok and things like that, straight away it's dated. I mean, obviously Twitter's no longer Twitter, it's X.
Yeah.
So again, when she summons Twitter,
that's not a thing anymore.
That's not a thing anymore. What are you going to summon? X.
Yeah, X.
No one wants to summon their ex. Absolutely not.
Yeah, too right. There's a sort of side story that this code breaker, this hacker that they have to find.
It's going to help the meta emoji get to the cloud, so then he can't be hunted anymore. He can be free, and he won't get deleted.
Yeah, and he'll be in the cloud forever. The cloud is a metaphor for heaven,
but also probably the cloud.
Yeah, no, I know that, but it's
Did you know that? Did you know that the cloud existed, James?
I know the cloud exists. However, it's not. They're not sending him to a cloud. He's not like, oh, I'm up there and I'm data stored or whatever.
It's where Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet.
It's Ralph Breaks the Internet, which isn't even the best Wreck-It Ralph movie.
That film's also a terrible film.
Yeah, I don't like it when films say what is the plot in the thingy.
What's the thingy?
In the title.
Oh, yeah.
When they're like, Ralph breaks the internet. Well, thanks.
It's good to break the internet.
Thanks for summing it up. And then, like, Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch has a glitch. Well, okay. That's not a title. That's.
Have you seen Stitch Has a Glitch?
No, I have not.
It doesn't have the best reviews, but I feel like we need to watch it.
Do we? Do we have to?
I feel like we should. I feel like we should watch and judge.
Okay. We have been umming and ahhing whether to actually rewatch the actual Lilo and Stitch.
I don't think the actual Lilo and Stitch though is. I think it's an alright film, but it's not my favourite.
No, all the fans for that are coming out of the woodwork now that the new one's out.
Oh, I want to see that goblin everywhere, aren't we?
Yeah. Anyway, but Wildfire, played by Anna Faris, who needs a scary movie again.
Yes.
What happened to her? I mean, we know what happened to her. But like,
Yeah, she can be in better shit than this. But then again, you think about the movies that she has been in, and you think, mate, you do like to pick some shit, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a really good comedic actress, but she just doesn't pick the best movies.
Mm-hmm. She's in some good stuff.
I do like her, though. I've got a real soft spot for her. But
Yeah.
she's too good.
She's too good for this movie. Exactly. But she's like, why does a girl have to be... It's pushing a message about...
Yeah, we get a bit of a feminist message pushed through a little bit with her character.
Is that done well?
It's not really touched upon again, though.
She mentions it again. It's like she says it after the Candy Crush segment. And then later on, she's like, oh, the first emojis were just bride and princess, and that's all a woman could be.
I don't know if that is true, by the way, guys. It could be.
Yeah, we didn't look that up. We should have looked that up. We didn't. But...
I just don't think it's that deep, but maybe it is for some people.
Yeah, but the film doesn't bring it up again after that.
That's the thing. It's like you were going with something, and then you went, no, we're going to replace it with James Corden as a fucking hand. And the animation on him is ugly as well.
The animation in this I find quite ugly anyway.
Yeah.
Apart from when I first saw this film, I thought that scene alone is actually quite good, and I quite like it.
Is that the Paris scene?
It was the Paris scene.
Because it's very ratatouille.
Oh, it is like ratatouille. So, what's the name of the fucking guy? The mayor? Is it mayor?
They're all the mayor emojis, yeah.
His name is Gene.
Yeah, because his parents have got a side plot for no reason.
His parents are played by Stephen Wright and Jennifer Coolidge. Mm-hmm. And they're both mayors as well. Mm-hmm. So their delivery is all one note. It's all like this. And it's a good time for all. But they are sort of searching for Gene as well, because he's gone on the run. Yeah. And they stop off in Instagram. Mm-hmm. And they go through a picture that Alex has got of him in Paris.
With his parents.
With his parents, yeah. And time has stopped because of this picture. And that's quite good.
Yeah, that's kind of cute, that is.
However, what a photo to be taking of. Do you know what I mean? It's got the Eiffel Tower in the background, and you've got all these restaurants around it, and it's all quite nice. There's a couple over there getting engaged. There's a family over there with a baby who are having a good time, and then there's Alex and his parents. That's every bit of happiness of humankind in that one photograph.
You can always find that in Paris.
No, you can't.
You can, because near the Eiffel Tower, that's where people like to get engaged. It's where people go with families to get pictures.
What, on a sunset near a fountain?
Absolutely, because there's loads of fountains in Paris, I assume.
It's just, yeah. But
either way, you've got the parents in this photograph that decide to reconcile over the fact that their son is different.
Yeah.
And again, did we need those as characters? Do they add anything? No.
Is that even funny? It's a waste of Jennifer Coolidge, and I'm sick of seeing her getting wasted on this podcast.
Yeah.
Because the Minecraft
But she's
movies
getting paid.
Yeah, she's better than that.
She is better than that.
Everyone in this is, apart from you, James Corden.
Yeah, not me, James.
Not me. I'm okay. But just everyone's better than this, and it's sad.
Yeah, it's like this. It comes across as you clearly did this for a paycheck.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me that any of them read the script for this and went, yeah, I'm 100% behind this. I really believe in this story.
Do you think if an actor reads a bad script, they go, people are going to talk about this enough because it's so bad that is free publicity?
Or it might be a cult classic.
And this yeah.
Maybe, but this isn't The Room. That isn't like that absolute classic.
No. It's not even a wall. This just
exists for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I think it's almost in a time capsule. I don't think it's something that people are actively watching.
We did.
You know what I mean? Like, we're doing it for a podcast. I can't imagine people now would sit their children in front of this.
Yeah.
The only time I think they might do is if it comes on like cable TV.
Instead of the footage of Queen Elizabeth's
funeral. Instead of the funeral, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking, what are we doing? I feel bad that I've started this season with 2, maybe 3 bad movies.
Oh no, and you've also upset Hans for me, because now my own hand's giving me the ick.
You said that to me halfway through
and
this.
And it's upsetting me.
You were looking at your own hand and it was sort of putting you off.
Oh, it's a weird shit we're doing with it. Like, everyone do the pinky dance, and it's like, no one does that. Not one fucking person does that with their hands, because it'll all look like they've got some sort of problem.
There's a moment where the high five is showing off and he's got abs.
Yeah.
But I thought the bit under his mouth, I thought that was his chin.
I couldn't tell you. I wasn't looking that
Not
close.
his chest. And he turns around and he's got a booty.
Again, it's so stupid.
If you have a booty, that...
Shake your booty.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? Someone animated that. Someone went to school and learned how to animate, and they worked on the Emoji Movie. Mm-hmm. Do you think they sleep well at night?
That money buys you a place in hell.
Yeah, where you have to just watch the Emoji
Watch this
Movie
over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel bad that I promised people a hot take on this, but revisiting this again, it's like, no, it's getting worse.
It's even worse than The Cat in the Hat, and that's coming from me.
The Cat in the Hat's a banger. You don't sniff piss.
You don't sniff piss.
Okay, the Emoji Movie. Is it better than Space Jam?
Absolutely not.
Is it better than anything?
No, this deserves to be in the bin.
It's a good. I almost bought it for this because we like physical media in this house.
We do, but we don't like physical media of this calibre.
Yeah.
Well, you might, because you've got a terrible taste in movies.
That's not true, but okay.
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey is a banger. And
No, it's not.
We will do it on the podcast one day.
No.
But this is not better than Space Jam. Sorry, guys. And it's not even a good time. I wouldn't say even say go and watch it again just for the lols.
No, and also, if you love your children, don't make them watch it. But if they've not done their chores, slap it on. Take their phones away, slap this on, go watch this.
Yeah.
That'll destroy them.
And then send me the emoji of what you thought about it.
Yeah, show me an emoji of their faces after this film ended.
Quick
And
thing.
all of them will be meh. They'll be like, what the fuck did we watch?
Quick thing, there's a side plot where there is all the emojis that no one uses, and eggplants in there.
Oh, well, he said no one uses. I don't think Alex would have necessarily used the eggplant.
Because he's a child.
Yeah.
However, give it time.
Yeah. But even then, young lads like to be silly with each other.
Yeah.
If they're anything like how I used to remember people acting at school, they would send shit like that to each other.
Mm-hmm. Look at this is really funny.
Look at this. Yeah.
This movie's for them.
Yeah.
It's not for us. Shit.
No, this movie wasn't made for us. I don't know who it was made for.
Yeah.
It's just terrible. Don't watch it. Watch something else.
Watch something else.
Watch Space Jam. Watch anything else.
Yeah. Watch Lilo and Stitch, maybe.
Watch The Room.
Yeah.
Watch
Spice World. Fuck it. Anything is better
Watch
than
Howard
this.
the Duck. Watch anything but this.
Is this the worst film we've covered on this podcast?
Probably, yeah.
Straight up?
Yeah, I hated it.
Wow. 5 seasons in, we found it.
I'm sure you'll find another one for me to detest as well.
Oh, I'll get there. Sharknado, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Throw a tornado in. You've got my attention.
Ooh. Yeah, this is shit. I can't even remember what was next week.
Please pick something good.
Should we do a good one next week?
Maybe.
Okay. I'll see. It might be Pete's Dragon.
Oh,
Which is a good movie.
okay.
Okay. But thanks for listening, guys.
We hope this was meh for you.
Yeah, even if this podcast is meh, it's still better than that movie.
Yeah, it'll always be better than this.
So tune in. Why not? Fuck it. Who cares anymore? We certainly don't.
No.
Yeah. See you next week.
Bye.
Meh.